Hello, you guys, guess what? I went somewhere again. Yeah, it was nice. Me and my sister, Cleo, we went to Coffee Mafia, and it's like this place where you can get coffee, and there's gay people, and, um, I didn't get any coffee because it was called Vomit Vision, and it's like, I guess Vomit Vision is like a drag queen group or something. I don't really know how these things work. I actually don't know that much about drag, in all honesty. I do have a pretty, like, undeveloped understanding of how drag works. Like, I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to describe Vomit Vision in those terms. Like, it seems like it's a group, like a band almost, like they, like in comparison, like it seems like it's only a few specific um drag artists, but yeah, I don't really know how this works, man. I'm not like a like super knowledgeable, all things considered. I just know I had a good time. It was fucking great. Let me tell you. Okay. Cause see, the thing is, um you know I didn't know how much fun I would have, but it was amazing. It was like being in a dream. It was like I was in a trance. I went to Vomit Vision with Cleo. Um, I had to really get ready. I'm still messing with my hair a lot. Like you see, there's a lot of it's mostly just blue right now, but I want to get some more purple color in there, and that was something I was working on that before I went out, but um didn't it still looks blue and black basically. That's how it looks in real life and that's how it looks on camera. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted more purple in there. So that's just something I've been working on. That was how it was. Like I was sort of rushing to leave. That was the scene of the crime of the time is the thing. Oh yes. But like anyway, so we go to the Vomit Vision eventually. We arrived on time. It was great. I was afraid we'd be late. Rhymes. Yeah. Um, and stuff. And like, so, uh, we took an Uber there, and we were in the Uber, and it was raining. It was raining. There was rain. How could that happen? No. But it was fine. Um, it was fine. So, yeah. Um, Yeah, like there wasn't that much rain on me. We both brought umbrellas, so we were fine. It's just like, at the end of the day, you know what you do when it rains? You bring an umbrella. It's not really that complicated. Okay? Calm down. You're acting really fucking like strange. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we went to Vomit Vision, and it's called that because like it's an alternative drag show. I haven't gotten to that yet. It's like that's why it has that funny name because it's supposed to be like an alternative kind of experience, and it sort of was. Like I would say that there was a feeling of things being weird and shocking, and there was one artist I remember who played Smells Like Teen Spirit, but there weren't a lot of songs that I recognized personally, like, or even looks that seemed distinct. Like that artist who did Smells Like Teen Spirit, that was Fawn. That was a drag performer named Fawn, and I don't know what their pronouns are. I don't really know all these people. Some of them, like the I'll get to it, but yeah, this person I don't really know. They had like a mustache, but like also, like a lot like makeup and like there was like you had like a leather like patched up kind of like uh, I guess I leotard. I guess it was like a leather leotard with like patches and things and like not patches per se, like sewn up scraps with plaid and shit. It looked very punk. It was very cool looking. Um so that was the only artist where I really recognized the song, and that was an amazing experience. They looked very cool. Very like innovative and fun. But I must say, like, you know, there weren't a lot of songs. Like I said, there aren't very many songs that I recognized as a person who likes punk music, and I don't really listen to exclusively punk music, and I also don't necessarily like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the best authority on it, but I just know that a lot of those songs, they were kind of just like techno pop kind of things. Some of them had like scary kind of themes. There were themes like that. Um, but some of them were just old timey. Like, I remember there's this one drag performer, Mary Wanna Smoke. That's their name. Uh, th- I want to say that I don't know. But like, yeah, they used like a lot of like classic sounding songs, very like sensual, old timey, like vintage feeling songs, and that was beautiful, very interesting experience, and they were very beautiful, like amazing. That artist knocked me out. Like, they were all very sexy. Can I just say that everyone there was so fucking sexy? It was crazy. Bitch, you don't even know. You don't realize you weren't there, okay? It was an experience for the fucking senses. It was crazy. I was there, dude. It was wild. There was like lasers, okay? Do you know about lasers? There was a fog machine. There was like just magic in the air, okay? Projections on the ceiling. Wild night, okay? Um like, yeah, and like there was this one drag performance that started with the artist like coming in and like it had the fucking, what's it called, the Walking Dead theme. No, wait. I was doing the Twilight Zone theme. Kind of, you know what it sounds like, okay? I can't sing the Walking Dead song, but it's like, you know how it is, how it goes. You've seen Walking Dead. You know you've seen The Walking Dead. We've all seen The Walking Dead. Don't pretend like you haven't seen The Walking Dead. You've seen it. If you think that you haven't seen it, that's because you're lying to yourself and also me. And I'm angry. And I'm mad. At you! At you! No, you think that I'm not. 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 You think this is some kind of game. You think this is some kind of joke. I'm in your shed right now. I know you have a shed. I know you have one. Don't say you don't have a shed. I'm in your shed. I'm picking up your tools. I'm picking up this uh it's like chainsaw, mind you. You have a chainsaw? I'm holding your chainsaw. Okay? I'm gonna saw you. So, like, when in conclusion, back to the story. So, yeah, like, yeah, so this artist, like, the drag performer comes in and is like, um, running, like, they come in there, like, struggling with the door, and then they, like, run in, and they're, like, panicked and everything, you know? And it's the Walking Dead theme, and it's so fun and cool. And then, like, the song starts, the actual song, you know? And, it's, I don't know, it's like a different song. It's like a dancey song. See, a lot of these songs, they're like, I guess the thing about drag performance is that it's kind of hard to work alternative music in there because, like, when it comes to alternative music where it wants to give, like, a darker kind of feeling, it's not always easy to also make it, like, a dance song. In my experience, I find, like, the rock music that I listen to be danceable, but I dance weird, so I might be biased. Like, when you're dancing and you're a drag performer, you're trying to give, like, sassy, sexy, and maybe shocking, and, like, I don't know, that can totally be done with alternative music, but it it might be a little bit harder than just, like, sticking to pop music and, maybe, like, hip-hop, you know? I don't know, that's just my guess. I don't really know if that's my hypothesis as to why the show was as it was, because there was certainly like elements of spookiness or like punkiness, but like goth-ish, because there was the Walking Dead performance, but there's still it still seems somewhat lacking in terms of like it's giving alt. Like there I don't know. It's giving alt. Oh my god. But you know what I mean? Like it just seems there could have been more. It was still very fun though. Like I cannot stress enough that this was a very exciting night. Very cool. I got a little chocolate muffin, like a double choco muffin, delicious, yummy. Nom 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 nom. It was delicious. It was great. I also made friends with I made friends with someone who Cleo knew. This was a trans woman who Cleo was friends with, and I met her. I mean, we've already met a couple times, but it was years ago and just briefly. But this time I really got to meet her. Like, I talked to her more than I talked to Cleo this time, and you know, that was really fun because I like to meet new people. I mean, when it comes to me and socializing, it's like really complicated because I'll be very lonely, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I don't really trust people anymore. I sometimes feel extremely fearful of others. Like, yeah, but not last night. Not last night. That was I felt pretty at home, comfortable, and lively. So I was able to talk to Cleo's friend, and we got along great. It was really cool. She was like she was an older trans woman, and it was interesting to have an experience where you can, I mean, if you're a queer person, you know that it can be valuable to like have like older queers in your life, like, you know, in a healthy way, obviously, like, you know, just people who they're kind of like, how do I explain it, they're like uh, damn it, I'm bad with words. I'm bad with words. Like someone who you can trust who's also like you know? It's like a special thing when you're trying to find yourself in the world as a younger person in the LGBTQ community, like, you know, in these uncertain times and everything. It's just nice to have someone in your life who's like older and still going through the same stuff as you. It's reassuring, you know? It's like, yeah, I can make it to that point, and I don't, you know, and I have someone who I can talk to who's like lived through my experience, my struggles, my joys, my, you know, discoveries and everything, you know, in a like in a healthy way with boundaries, obviously, because, you know, age gap things can be dangerous if they're not handled that way. But this person was very trustworthy. She was incredibly friendly, and um and like just had a very calming, soothing kind of presence. You know, it was nice to talk to somebody who just felt I felt very safe around her, and she was very interesting. We just talked about things about our lives, the problems, and, you know, the joys and everything. I she had her spouse, and I didn't really talk to her spouse, but it was cool to see, you know, someone living life like it, who's like me. I don't know. It's just like a connection, you know, a human connection. It was wonderful. I love to meet new people, and I love to be a part of the queer community. I love I love gay culture and shit. Like it was so fun to see everybody. There was the main host, Skittles, and Skittles is an NB, and they had this like cool clown getup. They're, well, kind of clownish, like rainbow wig and like black and white black and white like diamond checkerboard bodysuit kind of thing. So kind of clown. There was another artist who was also giving like clown energy. There was a lot of kind of clown looks, and that was interesting. I suppose that is a part of the alternative sphere, you know, because there's like insane clown posse, and there's just in general a lot of alternative people who like to dress like clowns, and I respect that, you know. You gotta hunk your way to the end of the day or something. I don't know. Till the end of the day. You and me, we're free. We do from morning till the end of the day. My voice doesn't always sound good, okay? Sometimes I have good voice days and bad voice days, so just don't judge me, alright? Jesus. I know you are. I was singing Till the End of the Day by the Kinks, and you think I'm a bad person? And you think I'm gonna set your house on fire? It's always coming back to that. Um... Okay. Anyway, so, yeah. Now I used they them pronouns for most of the pretty much all the artists, all the drag artists, and that's because I don't really I don't really know all their pronouns, to be honest. I know that Skittles uses they, them, and it was, by the way, super cool to see a non-binary drag queen, or drag performer, I guess. Like, I don't know if queen would be appropriate in this scenario. Like, but yeah, like, you know, it's just cool because drag has been, if you know, you know, like, drag has often been kind of gate-kept from certain people when it just doesn't need to be. Like, you know, Chapel Roan, for example, does, I mean, I'm not even a fan of Chapel, nor am I an enemy of Chapel. I'm just, like, aware of Chapel Roan. I don't even listen to her music, but I'm just acknowledging that she's a lesbian and she does drag, and I think that's super fucking cool. It's just a beautiful art form that I think, you know, doesn't necessarily need to be gate kept, because, like, why? It's just a cool way to transform yourself and be over the top and dramatic and loud, and that's beautiful and fun. So I believe in that. I believe in that. And yeah. Anyway. So I just wanted to say that, like, there was like a lot of like variations in like body types and looks, and that was very fun. Like, you know, in general, I think, why should everything have to be the same? That wasn't that wasn't what it was like that night. It was very, you know, diverse, and like, you could see many different types of beauty, and that adds to the experience. Like, as an event, it's just more interesting to see different looks, different people. Like, you know, if they all just stick to a kind of uniformity of, like, you know, a cisgender man, or, I mean, well, yeah, like, just a cisgender dude who is gay and dresses like a woman, and it has to be hyper femme. That was not what it was like at all. It was like, there's people of all sorts of body types doing all kinds of looks. Not all of it is necessarily hyper femme. Pretty much, I would say none of it was, like, well, there were a few that were very femme, I guess. But it just depends on how you define femme, first of all. Like, that's subjective. I think we can all agree on that. What's feminine and what's masculine, like, literally, it can be totally different depending on who you ask and what time period you're in, and, you know, all kinds of arbitrary factors, so, you know. But, yeah, it was, it was fucking great. I didn't take any videos, because I didn't bring my phone. I guess I could do that if I go again. I might take videos, but you know, I'm just reporting. I'm just reporting. I'm like a reporter. I'm like a reporter. People were very nice to me as well. I mean, I got to meet Cleo's friend, and that was wonderful. I have her phone number. She got my phone number, and she sent me a text. So that's great. That's a friend that I can more or less keep, you know? It's good to have healthy connections with people, and not just be isolated all the time. Um, so I still have a social life. You know, that's something that I care about a lot, having a social life. I mean, I I do feel very lonely at times. You know, I don't always feel ready to socially interact, but it is something that I desire in my life in general. I want to have that element. I don't just want to be alone and be a hermit and everything. And when I get that way, when I can get that way after a long period of time, it starts to weigh on me, and I start to become aware of it. So, you know, this is a fun time for me. It's a very complicated time. Oh man, lots of things go on. But, yeah, it was such a fun night. Um, Let's see, anything else? Anything else? Oh yeah, and the woman that Cleo was friends with, she also gave me a pin. Let me show you that. I could pull that out. So, I don't know the name of this character, but this is apparently a Sanrio character who's like a little red panda, and I guess like she when she gets angry, like there's like metal music and stuff. Like she's usually laid back, but then she gets angry, and then like there's like all this like guitars and things. I know about this character. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm familiar with this little panda. This was something that I heard about before. She's like she goes into rages and then there's like music. I swear to God, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. This is a character. This is a Sanrio character, like Hello Kitty. I was gonna say My Little Pony. That's a different thing. That's a different little cute cartoon thing. This is this is a this is like I don't know the name of it, okay? I'm not like big into Sanrio, but this is such a cute character. And I like the dynamic of, being laid back and then suddenly going into rage. This is something I understand, as I am a moody one. Do you know that? Do you know that I have moods? Emotions? I got 'em. Oh man, I got 'em. They completely changed my outlook, my sense of self, my perspective on life. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. But I got this cute little button. You know? Um, I'll probably research this little red panda after, after the video's over, because, like, I want to learn about this. This is a little keepsake. It reminds me of a person that was fun to meet. I have use for this pin. Like, I have use, um, for pins in general. Like, this is something that I'll actually do something with, I could put it on this jacket. That was the plan, that I'll put it on the jacket, but, um, yeah, like I wasn't originally a fan of Hello Kitty characters, Sanrio characters, but you know, um, it's sort of like the event itself, like the setting and the person giving it to me that kind of gives it meaning and sentimentality. That's cool. Um, and like maybe through this act and through this event, I will find something new to be interested in, something you know new to navigate and experience. That's very fun. Um, yeah. So it's a real delight. It's a real fucking joy. Okay. Damn. Fuck. All right. Check this shit out. It's my purse. Isn't it cool? It's fucking cool. Um. Yeah. Um. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say. Yeah. I mean, bye.